What up? What up?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
So what we want to do is we actually want to just put a period on last week's game, and then we're gonna move on to the Cincinnati game. Now,
we got to talk about that trash.
Just a little. Well, it's just really one play that we want to talk about. Really, it was the turning point of the entire game. Now, Wayne has a theory on how it went, and then Ephraim has another theory on how things went. So,
we gonna get into that again?
We're not gonna spend a lot of time at all. But before we do,
game-changing interception.
We just want to do some quick, just a quick saying that pretty much.
Enunciate. Go ahead. Enunciate. Get your words together.
All right. We are the Uncensored Philly Sports Podcast. Uncensored Philly Sports Podcast. You can reach us on Spotify, on YouTube, on Facebook. On YouTube, hit that like button. We got over 100 something views, but have like 3 likes. Hit that like button.
You just lost us like 2 likes with that long, slow introduction.
I know. You're right. And just subscribe to the channel. All right, Ephraim.
Yes.
The play of Carson Wentz. That game, it was the 1st and 10. They was at around the 25 or the 30-yard line. And again, we're not going to spend much time on it. But they was at that line, and then he throws the ball, and Darius, what was his last name? Darius Williams.
Oh, the cornerback.
Yeah, the cornerback from the Rams.
It doesn't matter what his last name was. The bottom line is, I'm going to tell you what matters. And bear with me, I had a long day, right? My day was long. But however, when I speak on this, I'm speaking from a couple different perspectives. I'm speaking from the perspective of a cornerback, which I recreationally played. I was pretty good. Okay. Wide receiver and quarterback, all right? But especially from a wide receiver's perspective, all right? All the hate is coming on Wentz, and all right, some justly, some unjustly, I feel. I think some is a little overblown, but Wentz hasn't been playing sharp. That's facts, all right? I'm cool with that. This play in particular, I always tell anybody, including my son who plays wide receiver, the quarterback's chances of throwing you a perfect ball is more likely he's going to throw you a bad pass than a good one. All right. With that being the case, the receiver holds some culpability to get the ball.
You telling us you praising your child the wrong way.
No.
You just lost all your credibility. The odds are more likely that the quarterback is going to throw a bad pass other than a good one.
Yeah, I said a perfect pass. No. I said a perfect pass. A pass is never going to be perfect. I don't think the pass that Carson Wentz threw him was a terrible pass. Could it have been a little better? Yes, of course. But the chances of you getting a perfect ball where it lands right to you is very slim. More than likely, you're going to have to go and at least on more often than not, especially downfield. Now, if you're talking about a little 10-yard pass, that's different. Downfield, more than likely, you're going to have to go.
So where was this pass at? Where was this pass at? Where do you think this pass was located?
The pass was located. The pass was. All right, let's say this. If the cornerback.
Just answer the question. You're doing a whole diatribe to set it up. Just where do you think the pass was?
The pass was located directly where the receiver could catch it. But my thing is, as a quarterback, you have to throw it. You do want to throw it differently because he had a cornerback trailing him. So now with somebody trailing you close, you do. And my thing is, if it was just pitch and catch, let's say the cornerback was 5 yards behind, it's a perfect pass to Whiteside. It's not behind him. It's not in front of him. It's perfect. However, with a cornerback behind him, you do want to lead him a little further now, so the play is harder for the cornerback to make. So could the pass have been better? Yes. Like I said, the chances of you getting a perfect pass from any quarterback is not that great all the time.
But all while we've been arguing this, you've been trying to put it like it's more on it. You've been trying to put in so much on a receiver, and I'm not trying to cover for the receiver because Ortega Whiteside is trash. But he had the guy beat. He had a step on him. What'd you say?
Ortega.
What's his name?
JJ Fish.
Oh yeah, JJ Fish. He had a step on the guy going into that post route toward the corner. The safety help wasn't over top yet because the safety had to break back to get to the point.
Yes.
So if the quarterback makes the pass over, when you're throwing a pass like that, you lead it over. You don't throw that direct line because now that allows that defender to get in the pathway of it. You're supposed to put that pass where nobody can get it but that receiver, and that was a bad pass, especially for a first down, 1st and 10 around.
I'm gonna say this: if it was a better receiver, I promise you, it wouldn't have been an interception. It might have been incomplete.
How do you know? How do you know that's
but
not?
it wouldn't have been an interception.
Why not?
Because I'm gonna tell you why. Let me tell you why.
Because a better receiver that went and tried to get that ball.
And that
He would have went and tried to get that ball.
If
That's what a better receiver would have did.
If you're running at full speed,
you did was set the end. You don't know what it's like to go pass the ball.
And you're waiting for the pass to come out there, and the passes don't.
You don't wait for the pass. You don't. You see, you messed up. You go get the ball.
If the ball is back here and it's closer to the defender to get to it than it is the receiver,
you go get it.
So run full
Wentz
speed.
already admitted that it was a bad pass.
So you're running full speed, and now you're going to turn around and just go ahead and grab it out the dude.
I guarantee any receiver tell you go get that ball.
But wait, but you're saying that, but in the same breath, y'all sitting there saying that cornerback made a great play. So
I didn't say it was a great play.
That ain't what you were saying this week.
I said the read was there.
What?
The read was there. He could have thrown it better. I just said that.
It was late. The ball was late. That's been documented.
It's all right. I watched around the league, and this is my point. See, before I was really interrupted.
Well, if you stop talking for like 20 minutes and let somebody get in with your 20-minute dialogue,
it was only 10 seconds.
This is an interchange.
Y'all impatient. It was only 30 seconds. The comments are 30 seconds or less. However,
see why your jaws be running over.
However,
exactly.
I watch around the league, receivers make incredible catch after incredible catch, make play after play on the ball, attacking the ball. He did not attack the ball. You're taught as a receiver to attack the ball. The ball was
so if
not
you make an incredible catch.
See, Wayne keeps saying, let me finish.
Because if you make an incredible catch, that means it was a bad pass, right?
Huh?
If you're making an incredible catch, that means you had to make it because the pass was bad.
I'm not saying a bad pass is subjective, though. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, if a ball is 6 inches to your left when it should have been 6 inches to your right, is that a bad pass? Because it's a little bit behind you, got to turn and reach.
Then that's not an incredible catch. That's a good catch. You said incredible catch. An incredible catch means it was a bad pass, and they had to make a great play to end up getting that catch.
Wayne, wait. A bad pass is something you can't catch at all. Let's be clear.
No, that's not. That's not true. That's not true.
It is.
If a quarterback makes a pass that's down to the dude's ankles and he comes up with that catch, it was a bad pass. He just made a great catch.
That's not a bad pass.
It is a bad pass.
It's not a bad pass, though.
Nope.
All right, y'all off topic big time, man.
Let's brought this up. You know what?
But let me finish it, because Wayne would have his time, but he's trying to take my time.
Because you're talking forever on this. We already know.
No, I'm not. Let me finish. If I could finish, maybe we could stop talking about it.
It's done in a half hour. You talk. I'm going to go back and I'm going to count the time and I'm going to claim my minutes like they do in the Senate.
Go ahead.
I need two people, so I need to be by myself. I'm gonna get my own podcast. How about that?
You had the first podcast. The first couple of them, they had like 3 views.
Listen, I'll open the door for you. Now look, and I agree with Ethan. As long as the pass is in your catch radius, as long as the receiver can catch it, it's a good ball. Go get it. Go get the ball. This is all I'm saying. The cornerback, the way the cornerback actually read the ball and he attacked it is how you want your receiver to attack it. He attacked the ball. The cornerback attacked it. So why couldn't J.J. Fish attack the ball like that? That's all I'm saying. Now, could Wentz have made a better pass? Yes, but the receiver needs to attack.
It was a bad pass.
It more so got to be on a quarterback. And even Doug came out and admitted it. Carson came out and admitted it. All the commentators on television were all saying that the pass was slow.
Hey, hold on. Let me ask you this. Hey, Tim, you watched that Dallas game, right?
Yep.
Now, hold on. That pass that Dak threw Amari Cooper that he caught with one hand, was that a bad pass?
No, because he had a great receiver.
Okay.
This is all I'm saying. This is my point.
Let's move on.
This is all my point.
So what do that got to do? You said that any catch that could be made, then the pass not bad. So if somebody throwing a ball at somebody's ankles and they make a great catch to reach down and grab it, that's not a bad pass.
A bad pass is something you have no chance at catching. No, listen, a wide receiver. Hold on, Wayne. So a wide receiver will tell you, throw the ball and let me get a chance to catch it. That's all. That's what they'll tell you.
So and they not telling you, we all agree that throw it at my ankles and give me a chance to catch.
Do we all agree that the pass wasn't perfect?
Yes, the pass was not perfect.
The pass was bad. The pass was bad.
Okay.
No, but that's just my point. That's just my point as regards to why a good wide receiver mentality. He's taught to attack the ball no matter where it goes. I think we all
agree with that. But the whole thing is you're bringing that up to try to make excuses for Carson, which you've been doing all week, all season.
All right. We got a lot to cover, so let's move on.
It's only two games.
Remember that pass?
That ain't the season?
Hold on. Let me ask you about the pass. Remember that pass in the playoffs? Remember that pass in the playoffs that Michael Vick threw to Riley? And Riley let it get picked? Was that a bad pass?
I have no idea.
No, I remember that one. He didn't fight for it. That was different.
Oh.
That was different. But we moved. All right, listen.
That was different.
You bringing up old stuff.
The fact of the matter is that
actually, if you want to be honest, they were saying that it was a bad pass all over the media.
No, it was a good pass. Riley Cooper. Everybody gave Riley Cooper.
But they also ripped Cooper too because he should have came back and got it.
He should have came and got it. But listen, the week 3 matchup, it's two bad teams. I would say the Bengals and the Eagles, or just two average teams. So far, how you calling the game? Let me ask y'all this: how do y'all calling the game? Who you think going to win?
I don't think it's going to be a cakewalk. Be honest with you.
It better be.
Right.
And I'm gonna tell you why.
No, we need this game. We need a significant, we need to win 35-10, 35-15.
Joe Burrow is he's going to be a decent quarterback in this league.
I agree with that.
He did a very good job. I don't think Cleveland's defense is terrible by any means. And he put up 30 points on them. So
Cleveland's offense is trash, and Cleveland put up 30 points on them. So if Cleveland could put up 30 points on them, we better put up 30 points on them.
So that means Wentz better ball out? So that means Wentz better have a good game?
Hold on. Yes.
Cleveland has real playmakers on their team now.
Yeah, the ball mixing is still good.
But their quarterback is trash.
No, Cleveland, Nick Chubb is a monster.
But their quarterback is trash.
He had a decent game last Thursday night.
Baker.
My point is, if they make Baker look good, they better make Wentz look better. If Wentz is better than Baker, Wentz better ball out. That's all I'm saying. And now I'm being straight up with this. If Wentz don't ball out, I'm gonna have a whole different tune on here Sunday Live. Facts.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
I'm hoping that he does. I think he should. I hope he does.
I think Wentz has been exposed but I don't want to be too overly critical right now.
See what you started, Wayne? This is the dumb stuff you start.
Tim brought the topic up and you fed into it because you're trying to make excuses for Carson.
Yeah. Not excuses, facts.
Okay. So right now, as far as the game is concerned, it is what it is. It's two 0-2 teams that's going against trying to get their first win of the season. So as far as projections.
So what do y'all think about the Eagles? The Eagles going in now. Rieger ain't playing.
That's
the guy that was playing guard. I think the guy that got tossed around by what's his name, Donald. He got the dude that got tossed around by Donald. He's not playing.
Yeah, but Aaron Donald had his worst game ever playing last week, right?
He always had bad games playing against the Eagles.
So I'll take that toss around.
Now, what I am concerned about, I think, is Ethan. I think you posted it or Wayne posted it when they talked about our defensive coordinator Schwartz, how easy his schemes are to decipher.
Yeah.
That to me, it goes back to what Tim said, and I give Tim credit about week 1. I mean, for teams that could keep putting up numbers on us like this, there's no disguise. There's no trickery involved. Wayne mentioned it last week. What happened to a cornerback blitz or something like that to throw everybody out of rhythm? It's none of that with him.
It better be.
I've been saying that with Schwartz. I mean, Ethan been saying that for a while, and I think Wayne too was Schwartz about the blitzing. He don't blitz. Last year was the only year when we made that run, he dialed up the blitz a little bit more.
But you know how many games it took him for him to actually blitz when we were begging for him to blitz?
What he doesn't do either, he doesn't disguise anything. Good quarterbacks knows exactly what he's doing. That's why you think Brady torched us like that. I mean, you know exactly. Eagles don't disguise anything, man. I don't understand why this organization stands behind this defensive coordinator like they do.
Yeah, it was funny.
I don't get it.
Which brings. Remember going into the game, we was even talking about how they like to roll out. The Rams like to roll out, and actually, I think Cincinnati likes to do that too. No, my fault. I'm thinking about Cleveland. I know Cleveland does, but the roll out. And we kept saying, like, why are you not sending something off the edge? Or, like, why are you not changing your defensive scheme to throw them off? But it's one of them things, like, this is my scheme. I'm going to stick to it. This is what I'm going to do. And
But you know what they said, Wayne? They said the Eagles defender said they knew that. They practiced for that all week and was still getting –
That's what you serious?
Yes.
We're going to do a separate video on Howie Roseman because I think he deserves his own video. But tell me this, between Howie Roseman and Jim Schwartz, who's the two that's on the biggest hot seat? Who needs to go to probably first?
Well, I got to say Schwartz. If you're talking about right now in the season, it got to be Schwartz. But, it's not going to happen because that's not what they do. And football is the old boy network where once you get a couple homies in there, they bring you along no matter how trash a dude is. Yeah. Somebody going to bring them unless – no, we ain't going to go there. But usually if they're homies, you know what I'm saying? And you have these trash coaches getting jobs left and right, you know what I'm saying, all the time. And it'd be the same bum dudes over and over again.
That's why I kind of wish when he first took the job, I wanted him to grab Spags. Remember we used to have him. He used to be I think he was with college. He was with Giants head coach at one point. And now he with Andy Reid. He just won a Super Bowl with him. But I always thought he was a good defensive coordinator. I just thought that the first time out, when you're first time out as a head coach, sometimes it don't go as smooth as you would like it. But I think he would have been perfect to bring in as our defensive coordinator. I think we missed an opportunity right there.
I think if given more time, I'm not trying to go deep down this road, but if given more time, I know
you're talking about.
I think the Hawaiian boy could have been better than this.
Oh no. That's not what I thought. I think she's gonna talk about the boy from Carolina who's in Buffalo now. What's his name?
Rivera.
I don't understand why. I understand. I always liked. I mean, I don't know if y'all like the ball. I always like Lovie Smith. I don't understand why he never. I know he's coaching in college somewhere. I know
did he want to? Maybe
no, he wanted another job back in the NFL. It's like Chicago did him dirty. I think they did him real dirty.
A couple teams, somebody tried to offer him defensive coordinator. He wouldn't take. He said,
I think he just wanted that head coach.
He didn't want to be a DC no more. But Tim, in Rivera defense, Juan, what was his name? Juan Rivera. Remember, in his defense, he didn't even have full command of his defense. They actually did him dirty.
Yeah, because they had the bull doing the wide nine.
Yes,
I remember that.
Yes,
actually, I kind of agree with you. I wasn't mad at Ron because everybody was down on Ron Rivera from the beginning, like, because he was an offensive line coach and this, that, and other. But the boy was a linebacker when he played. Like, he was a defensive player. He took that job because that was his way to get in. So, but
remember last year though, the Eagles defense started bad and they kind of round the corner. Was that because of
the blitz
bad teams we played?
Yes.
That and then Jim Schwartz was like, okay, let me listen to the fans and let's start blitzing.
I think it was a combination of both. I agree with Tim. I think he doubted the blitz, and I really agree with Wayne. We played some bad teams, so it was some favorable matchups.
Remember, we finished the season playing a lot of division games.
I'll say this in his defense: his front seven is really not that good to work with. His linebackers in his defensive end. So, what is he really working with?
Is that Howie's? Now, this is what I'll say about that. How do you know?
Is that Howie's fault?
It could be a matter. It could be the same thing with Brett. Maybe the coach, maybe the dude that's coaching them up is trash.
I mean,
remember when Andy Reid came into the league, and when he came to the league, and he had the same players that Ray Rhodes had, and it was like night and day. He had Jeremiah Trotter playing, Brian Dawkins balling. He had all of them. Our defense was dominant.
And nobody get Nathan Gary. Can nobody get Gary ball?
Yeah. Gary might be a lost cause. He like the bull. Whatchamacallit. Remember he had Clay Matthews' brother.
We always get the wrong brother in Philly.
Remember that? Yeah, Clay's brother.
Yeah. But you know what? To Ethan's point, and I think the point that Ethan was making, which is the point that I've been making since the beginning of the season. Since our first Eagles podcast, Howie's trash, and people give Howie a whole bunch of props, but Howie's made a lot of trash moves. Who do you think? And since like 2010, who was the one okay receiver we had, and he wasn't even that good.
Since 2010.
Yeah, we drafted. Yes.
When we drafted Macklin and D-Jax?
No, that was before Howie.
Yeah, he been in.
I don't know. Reggie Brown? I don't know.
Nope. It was the boy Aguilar. Probably was the best one. And guess who drafted him? It wasn't Howie.
Kelly.
Yeah,
that was Chip Kelly.
Yeah.
So all the receivers that Howie brought in here have been trash.
All right.
That's crazy.
All right, we got that Howie podcast. Let's go back to the game. What about who y'all see getting off? My bad. Tim, you want to say something?
No, go ahead.
Hold on, real quick. Before we do that, I got to touch on this. I guess we could go back there. But Schwartz, if Howie hired Schwartz, it begs me to believe that Schwartz has a good deal of influence on the players that he has too. So if Schwartz is signing off on the Garys of the world and Goldilocks and all these other bulls who ain't Wayne Man, Golden Tips who ain't doing nothing, like my man, like I mean, are we letting Schwartz off the hook for player personnel as well, or is it all?
We absolutely shouldn't.
I don't even think Doug got to remember Doug before Doug said how he brings in the talent, he coaches them. So I don't even know if Doug got a big say. I mean, I think Howie is the man. I think regardless who they want, Howie is the man that says we picking him. Like you could come to the table and say, and Howie be like, you know what, this we going with.
I always said I'm never going back to that closet again. That Chip Kelly put him in.
Put him in the bathroom. Put him in the bathroom.
All right, we'll jump on that then. We'll jump on it.
All right, so just to close out week 2. Who gets y'all game ball for week 2 around the NFL?
Oh, are we going to talk about the? I think Ethan asked who we think we going the representatives for the Eagles game. Who going to have a good game?
Yeah, who y'all think getting off?
Carson.
I think that Deshaun will have a nice game this week.
I don't see it because we need time to go deep, and I just don't see that in the card.
But they started working him a little bit, even like those 10 and 12-yard passes. Then he had to get them yak yards.
Yeah,
so
I think the most consistent player for the Eagles has been Swoop. The mascot Swoop. I think he might have the best game.
I can actually see either Sanders or like I said, Wentz to me needs to have a good game. He needs to have if he don't have a good game, I'm gonna come in here highly disappointed. Highly.
And I think it's on Doug to make sure he has a good game, to be honest with you.
I agree.
But see, I see this, and I don't always I think Doug has a lot to be desired with a lot of stuff too. But this the only thing I'll say. Tim, close your ears for a second. Nick Foles seemed to work in Doug's system. And I think Nick Foles, I don't think Nick Foles is that great of a quarterback. But my only thing is it that Carson's not listening? Is Carson not to the point?
When y'all boys keep saying Nick Foles worked, you remember what happened the following when Nick Foles started them couple of games? I mean,
it was only two games. It was only 2 games.
2 games.
Hold on. Let's not, because when every time we talk about Nick Foles, y'all only bring up 3 games. He played more games than that with the Eagles. Let's keep it in mind. Let's not just talk about Nick Foles when he won the Super Bowl. What did he do? What did he do the other year? What did he do after that? Remember when he started, he lost to Tampa Bay and he barely won another game and we was all screaming for Carson.
No, wait. When they lost to Tampa Bay, what was the score of the Tampa Bay game? Well, I mean, wasn't that Tampa Bay just 20 points? Tampa Bay just was running up and down the field on us, if I remember correctly. But
in the other game,
I don't think Foles. I think Carson's head and shoulders better than Nick Foles.
All right, well, you keep saying with Nick Foles.
Because my point is, Nick listened to the quarterback, and he got the best out of Nick he could get. I mean Nick listened to the coach and got the best out of Nick.
We need to put. Hold on, but how many games did Nick put? I can do 1.5 games. Nick put on his shoulders and won.
Mm-hmm.
Did he win that? Who won that Atlanta game?
The defense.
Who won the Bears game?
Defense. And the Bears kicker.
Yeah. So let's not get stuck in the moment.
But guess what Nick didn't do?
What we doing.
Guess what Nick didn't do? Nick didn't throw an interception when your team is up 17.
He threw an interception against that Saints game, didn't he?
He didn't fumble. He ain't fumbled 20 times a season either, like Carson do. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
let's move on.
Point is,
you stuck in the moment. You stuck in the moment.
No, I'm not. Carson has a fumbling problem. We know that.
But that's different. But Wayne, that's different from from commanding the offense. The
But
fumbling problem is doing. I hear what you're saying about Foles, about he listening this, that, and the third, but that don't have nothing to do with Wentz fumbling. Wentz don't interception.
No, you know why it does though? Because Wentz fumbles a lot because he holds the ball too long, and that's not Doug's offense.
But that's
true.
different. That's different than an offensive scheme. That's just a player got to give. Like to me, if you're not running an offense, you're not doing what you need to do as regards. With certain routes is coming, you're not getting these routes and stuff. You may be looking for, because remember, each play has certain routes. You may say, all right, I got the short route here, I got a deep route here.
Wait. We're not talking about, but we're talking about the quarterback. So if the coach is designing a play so that the pass is a quick pass, and the quarterback's holding it, looking for the deep ball all the time, that's when the quarterback.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's my point, though.
11-2.
Y'all drained it. Y'all drained them points. We got to move on.
All right, let me.
It's a short podcast.
If you want to go back to this Nick Foles bubble, I can go back to the Carson Wentz 11-2.
So
he commanded the offense then.
Let's go around the NFL. And I got a question for y'all. What 0-2 team is done, and what 0-2 team got a shot at making the playoffs right now?
Whatever 0-2 team
be done after we lose.
Right now, the Bengals, Dolphins, Jets, Texans, Giants, Eagles,
Giants. Saquon Barkley done for the season. Giants done.
Vikings, Falcons, and Panthers. They all are 0-2. The only one I see
Eagles will make the playoffs.
Who's this?
The Eagles will make the playoffs this year.
So you got the Eagles making it. The only two teams the only two teams I see that has a shot is the Eagles and the Texans. To be honest with you, because the Texans, they in a division with the Jags, the Colts, and the Titans. I think they got a legitimate shot at making the playoffs. Everybody else, though, I think their season is pretty much over.
If Eagles lose this game, our season is over.
Oh, absolutely. I completely agree.
The crazy part is the Eagles that made a record. They made a habit of getting off to bad starts in some kind of way, making their way back into it at the end of the season. So
that's because our division is suspect.
I actually can't count. I can't count them out until they numerically out of it. I can't.
But
they was dead. Listen, a couple of times we thought these Bulls was dead. Last year, we thought they was done.
We did. But it's a new format that they got right now where there's only one team that's going to have a bye, but it's an extra team that gets a chance to get in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So it's a different format. So we're not necessarily done after if we go 0-3. But hopefully that's not the case. And I don't believe it's the case. I think we're going to beat Cincinnati. I don't see us losing at all.
Well, the problem is if we go 0-3, we lost to Cincinnati. So that means we're pretty,
Yes, if we lose to Cincinnati, that lets you know where we at in the grand scheme.
then at that point,
your season is over.
So you think what do you think Jim Schwartz should do against this Cincinnati team? What's the keys to
you got a rookie quarterback. You got a rookie quarterback. You put pressure on him.
He's smart though. This rookie quarterback is.
I don't care how smart the rookies is. Listen,
did you ever watch him in college though? This boy.
Peyton Manning was one of the smartest quarterbacks to come in, but his rookie season he threw a bunch of picks because Bulls was rattling and hitting him.
But our defensive coordinator is not that type of defensive coordinator that remember Jim what's the boy that died?
What do we need to do?
Jim Johnson. The one thing he could do is he can get into the head of a
he confuse you. He confused you. Yep.
He was able to do that time after time. We always beat against young quarterbacks. Every time we played a young quarterback, we used to beat them every single time.
I'll tell you this. Joe Burrow threw the ball 61 times last week, and he didn't throw not one interception.
That's what I'm saying.
It was against Cleveland.
Cleveland, I don't.
Who they secondary?
You was trying to hype Cleveland. What was it this year or last year? You was a little hype on Cleveland. Like,
their defense is not.
Just because you play with them on Madden, don't mean they gonna do it in the league.
That's real.
I love their running back. I love Nick Chubb, man.
You getting hype off of playing on Madden and beating boys like Smiths and stuff on Madden. Like, bro, come on.
I'll say this, Tim. One thing that kind of sullies, I think, a lot of us, any hardcore longtime Eagles fan about the boy Schwartz, is we done lived through some very good, great defensive coordinators. We done lived through Buddy. We done lived through Jim Johnson, Bud Carson. I remember Bud Carson put a game together against the Niners when they had that West Coast offense popping, where he was dropping back. Oh, here we go. Where he was dropping back defensive
This is why he's been trying to rush us through other points because he got to go ahead. He want to.
Yeah, no, that's what he's trying to do, man.
That's not true, but we are at that point of the podcast where we like to, Ethan and I, we said every week we was going to do this to the end of the season. to compare the stats.
I'll be back when y'all finish.
Of the two starting.
Now, I mean, you rushing this. We talking real important stuff. We don't nobody care about Dak. We don't care about Dak.
All right, so we won't spend no time. We won't spend a lot of time on this. I just want to show that as far as Dak, what he's been doing this year versus Carson, right now one is throwing 512 passing yards, which is Carson compared to 716.
Wait a minute. Am I reading this wrong? How many interceptions do that say Dak got?
Nothing. He has 0.
Oh, 0. Oh, I thought it said 9 for a second. I was about to say, oh my God.
No, he has nothing. But 0. I'll tell you how many that I know that Carson Wentz is number 1 in the league. He's tied for number 1 in the league for interceptions. In case you was curious,
he'll end the season with just 9 or 10 interceptions. He'll end the season.
And that's why
I actually have a theory as to why Carson's playing as bad as he is.
Well, we'll come back to that because I have a theory as well. But go ahead, Tim.
But then also one has 4 interceptions. Again, one has 8 sacks compared to 4. But here's the stat that's really troubling.
He got a better offensive line.
What his QBR rating? Do you know where Dak is 10th in the league in the QBR rating? You know where?
That was 2 games.
But you know where Carson is right now?
No, he could be last. I don't care. It's 2 games.
32 out of 33 quarterbacks. He's 28.1 for the QBR. He is stinking it up this year.
Why don't you wear your Dallas shirt? It's 2 games.
I'm not a Dallas fan. I'm a
yes,
Dak
you
fan.
are.
I was
yes,
just
2 games.
Where's your Dallas star?
Dak had the better game. Wow.
Man, get Dak out your mouth. This is an Eagles. This is a Phillies podcast. Get that man's name out your mouth.
What I was trying to do is I was really just trying to give you an overview, just so you can understand exactly where they are at this particular time.
Like we said, the last 18 games, what's Dak's record?
No.
I'm asking you.
That's the pass.
What's his record?
You only as good as your last game.
So was you saying that last week?
That had a better game.
No.
Okay.
I'll say this. Atlanta they gave away a game even worse than the Super Bowl.
That was
the way they lost that game to Dallas was even worse than the Super Bowl loss.
That coach should have been fired. He should have been fired.
He should have been fired. That was a complete embarrassment and debacle. But they got the win. Whatever. They trash. We'll catch them by the end of the year, guaranteed.
So y'all ready to do your picks for the week?
But before that, hey, Wayne, I know we want to make this a little bit shorter, but this is a good.
That's what y'all said. To me, how you going to make the Eagles thing a short one?
I mean, listen, we got some time, but Wayne brought up a good point when he talked about the whole why Wentz playing so bad, because I have my theory. What was your theory?
He's trash. It's like, no, I'm joking.
But that's a good question, Ephraim. I want to go next.
I'm joking. No, Tim doesn't get the answer.
I want to go next.
Honestly, in my opinion, I think what happened with Wentz was when Wentz was at his best, he was ripping and running out the pocket. He ran like the plays wasn't there. He was playing a little bit more reckless, so to speak. But I think that's the kind of player that he is. And I think when everybody started dialing in, that's even like that interception he threw, right? On that play, he rolled out. Wasn't nobody around him.
He could have ran. I was thinking that too, Wayne.
And that's what I'm saying. So in his mind, it's like, I got to stay here. I got to make the pass. And when your receivers ain't that great and you got to sit there and make that pass, now it's like he got to start forward. I think that's why he's having an interception problem this year. To me, if you want a player, let him be the player here. That's like telling Mike Vick in his prime, don't ever run the ball. Now, they should have taught him how to pass better and do all that better. But you don't stop somebody. Carson Wentz, his mobility is a big part of what made him great. And they
gotta let him play his game.
Yep.
Gotta let him play his game.
Yo, even can I go? Because I know you asked the questions. I hope you ain't answered the question just so you can answer.
I brought the question. But go ahead. What's your 2 cents?
Well, on the words of the late great Maya Angelou, she said, "When somebody show you who they are, believe them."
So what? So that wasn't him in 2017?
So in 2016, he was a average quarterback. In 2007, his rookie year, 2016, he was an average quarterback. In 2017, he played very, very well. Give him props.
Elite. He played elite.
He played very, very well.
Elite.
My words. In 2018,
was it coming back from an injury?
But it was still meh.
Coming back from an injury.
2019,
He said, hold on. He still played very well. He had over 100 quarterback rating that year. Don't forget that.
Just listen, we all know that don't mean it.
No, but he
why don't it mean
it's
he
the
had
eye
over
test?
quarterback rating?
The one thing we had a conversation with 4 years ago, you said
21-7.
why when we drafted him, you said the reason why you like him is he passed your eye test.
Yes.
He never passed. He didn't pass my eye test
because your eyes was jaded, too busy stargazing at Dak, and he ain't even a star.
And they was. And Tim, you can't credit QBR and quarterback rating and then try to discredit it in the same sentence. So you just credited it saying it was the lowest. Now when somebody say it was high, you say no, it don't mean nothing.
Because his didn't translate to victories or wins or anything. It was just an average
for this season.
All right, so you done?
No, in conclusion, Wentz got a stench.
Okay. Right.
That put us in the pinch.
now as we move on,
Dr. Seuss
now as we move on to real analysis, I like Wayne's thought process. I agree with it, and I'm also putting another little different spin on it. I feel that he is consciously trying to make an effort to go downfield more. Because if you remember, one of the things that he was getting knocked for, especially by Tim's man Alshon, was he didn't feel he was getting the downfield love, which wasn't. He was looking too much to the tight end.
Alshon practiced today too.
Yeah, I heard. If you know, and we'll see what happens with that. If you
not playing this week though.
If you notice, Goddard and Wentz, and Ertz didn't get that much love in either game. When he threw the interceptions, trying to.
That's not true. Goddard got off the first game.
He got early on, but then after that, when Wentz threw the picks, who was he throwing to?
The other team.
He was throwing a wide receiver.
Actually, I'll say this: when he threw to Goddard was actually further downfield. I think the tight ends. Goddard his routes run further downfield than Zach Ertz. So when he was
throwing, Zach Ertz take forever to get down here.
But
yeah, Goddard was actually downfield.
But can I finish my point though?
Go ahead.
So with that being the case, if you look at the picks, all the picks came throwing to wide receivers and downfield at that. So I think he's subconsciously or consciously trying to make an effort to go downfield more, and sometimes in that process, he's forcing the ball downfield.
His first pick in that Washington game wasn't downfield. It was on the out.
It was to the out. It was further down. You think when you throw a pass from the pocket all the way to the sideline, in a sense, it's a far pass because if you count the yardage on it, it may not be that far downfield, but the dude was already 10 yards out. Then he's coming back. So if you're throwing a pass out, that's a you actually have the reason why you have
downfield. If that was not a downfield.
I'm just saying to his wideouts. He's trying to get his wideouts involved because he hear whisperings of people complaining. He hear whisperings of Alshon affecting the rest of the locker room with his nonsense about how he with the tight end.
Now y'all making excuses for a grown man. A grown man who shoots deer for a living.
This is not
or at least on the side. And then all of a sudden we got to worry about the fact that Alshon said something. They already got rid of the safety. They got rid of the Malcolm Jenkins. Like, we're gonna let you go because you too dominant of a personality.
This is what I'm not gonna do. If a question is asked about why, right? We all know. First of all, we all know sports is a mental game in itself. Outside of the physical, sports is a very mental game. So if you asking why, and somebody made a point. I thought it was a pretty good point. They said it might be the hangover or the in the back of his mind that Foles came in, won a Super Bowl, and now not only did you get rid of Foles, you drafted with a second-round pick his possible predecessor. This could also be something else that's making him force plays, trying to make plays to prove he's worthy.
So you saying he a mental midget? So you saying he a mental midget?
Why do we always act like mental stuff don't come into play with these dudes ain't? Is he a robot? It don't got nothing to do being a mental midget. Is he a robot? Yeah, like these dudes is robots.
Are you an analyst or are you a therapist?
If he can't handle the pressure of somebody being there behind him, then he's not that stud quarterback.
Exactly.
A stud quarterback should handle the pressure.
It ain't about handling the pressure. It's about just relaxing and not trying to do too much.
It's about handling pressure. The whole quarterback position is pressure. It's pressure.
It is, but saying
Brett Favre did it for years, knowing that Aaron Rodgers was right there.
Huh?
Brett Favre had to deal with it.
Brett Favre threw a lot of interceptions too.
But he
definitely did.
But they rolled with him. They was confident and they rolled with him. They realized he would have a bad game. He would throw 3 picks, and he'd come back and throw 4 touchdowns.
They should have got rid of him a long time ago.
To me,
all right, Ethan, your point. Answer the same question.
No, you're not going to cut me off. What you
no,
not
but
going to do?
at this point,
I don't care where we at.
I don't have nothing on that.
What do you say?
Let's move on.
All right, let's move on. All right, let's do our picks for the week. But before we do that, let's take a look at the picks from last week. How we did.
Of course you want to look at that.
All right, so week 2, if you notice, 2 of us went 4-1, and 2 of us went 1-4. That 2-1, that 4-1 was myself and Ephraim. We had really good.
Spreadsheet is suspect. I don't like the way this thing is laid. I can't even.
How do you even read this thing?
Exactly. Ain't you a typewriter person at work?
Yeah, you a
computer all day. This is the best. This is the best.
I feel hatred, and that's what happens.
You do 172 words a minute, and this is what you came up with.
When you 1-4, sometimes that's the response that you get. When you 1-4, that's what you got to talk about is the graphics.
Touche.
All right, so right now, let's just say me and Ephraim had the best weeks of the last week. My miss was I had selected New England to win, and actually it was Seattle. So that's where. But I won everything else. So I'm pretty good with that. But this week we have 5 games that we're picking this week. So we go let y'all give y'all analysis for game 1 is the Rams versus Buffalo. Wayne, who you got?
I got Buffalo.
1-4 again.
All right.
Where they playing?
Rams played 2 whack. They playing at Buffalo, and the Rams played 2 whack teams in Dallas and the Eagles.
Rams at Buffalo. I'm gonna go with the Rams again.
I'm going with Buffalo. That's gonna be upset.
All right.
Every time Ethan get on the same pick as me, I get messed up.
Boy. But Bills actually have been putting up some points. I mean, the 2 teams they played to me is kind of suspect. They played the Jets in Miami. They put up points against them. I don't think they're going to put up them same points against
the Rams. Division teams, though.
That's true. I can't argue with that.
So who you like?
The Rams is riding high. They just beat us. Buffalo 2-0 too. I'm gonna go with the Rams.
All right. Game 2, Houston at Pittsburgh.
Who did you take, Tim?
I took the Rams.
Okay.
I'm going with Pittsburgh. Houston gonna drop to 0-3.
Houston at Pittsburgh.
Yep.
I'm going Houston. Houston gonna pull that out.
Nah.
I'm going Houston too.
This is the year the coach get fired. But he should have been fired.
Yeah, for that trade.
Yeah, he definitely should.
This is a hard choice for me.
It is a hard choice.
I might have to go with Pittsburgh. It's hard to believe that Houston might just kill themselves with that trade. They killed themselves with that trade. I gotta go Pittsburgh.
All right.
I'm a ride with Houston. I got a better rank nerve to go Pittsburgh because they receivers been stepping up. They got a young boy who's been balling. But I'm gonna stay with Houston. Go ahead.
All right, game 3, Kansas City.
Let's stay there for last. Go to game 4.
I was thinking about the same thing. All right, game 4, Green Bay at New Orleans.
I'm going Green Bay.
I'm gonna go Green Bay too.
Green Bay at New Orleans.
I'm going with New Orleans. They just lost to the Raiders.
Yeah.
I'm going with New Orleans.
I'm going with Green Bay. Breeze ain't been looking sharp to me. And Michael Thomas not playing, from what I hear.
I told you all the bull going to be quarterbacking in before it's over with.
Who, Jameis?
Yeah, Jameis.
Jameis, I can't see Winston.
Yeah, I'm legally blind.
All right, game 5, Tennessee at Minnesota.
I want to see Minnesota go to 0-3. I really do.
I'm picking Minnesota.
I tried to ride with Minnesota last week. They disappointed me.
Ephraim, you said
I'm
Minnesota?
Tennessee.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna have too much Derrick Henry. I'm going with Tennessee on this one.
Wayne?
I'm gonna go Minnesota.
I think I'm gonna go Tennessee.
I wonder if they're gonna have fans. Minnesota probably gonna have fans in the stadium.
All right, that last game, our final game. KC at Baltimore.
I'm going with my MVP of the season.
MVP
I'm going with Baltimore.
I think email MVP pick was Patrick Mahomes too, just to shout him out. I'm going with KC. He either said Mahomes or Russell. I think he said Mahomes though. I'm going with KC.
All right.
Ethan?
I thought I said Baltimore.
Okay.
Did I say Baltimore?
No, but I put you down. Baltimore.
Yeah.
All right, if I had to choose, this is a tough one.
This is a tough one.
They're at Baltimore, but this home field advantage means nothing.
Nope.
No, you don't.
Only thing you got to take consideration.
Hey, Tim, I got to give you an apology. The wins and losses piece was behind the grid or y'all faces, so I didn't see that in the corner. Now your grid don't look as bad when I look at it that way.
Thank you.
when I slid our pictures down to the bottom, or now I can see the whole thing. It's not as bad as I initially thought.
We need to do a little.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
Now it don't look so bad.
I did the same thing.
Y'all boys.
We need to throw in some Sixers talk on one of these Jones. You know, Buddy Howe, whatever his name is, he want to come to Philly.
Well, we gonna do that when we talk that basketball thing. Since we cutting this short and we doing a double up podcast,
really
so that means if y'all listen to this,
all right, I'm gonna go with Baltimore too. All right, so we gonna pretty much wrap it up. Any final thoughts?
We ain't asked you. You didn't ask the what's our prediction on the Eagles Cincinnati game?
I think we all got to go with Eagles every time. How can you not?
Yo, we don't got to go every time, but okay. I think they'll win.
Yeah, I think they'll win too.
Yeah.
Any other final thoughts?
I'm looking for Wentz to have a good game. I mean,
3 touchdowns.
Like we said, we going live. If y'all was joined us last week, we still gonna go live. Even though the game it's a late game. No, that's next week.
No, 1 o'clock next week late.
All right, we going live after the game. So hopefully, if y'all want to call in and vent or celebrate, we'll see which one we're gonna be doing. We'll be here.
In case we lose, he said, in case we lose, this is a clean. Our name says uncensored, but we're censoring if you call it in or putting comments in there. And the other thing, if you're watching on Facebook and you. We trying to keep the politics and all that stuff out of this. It's just all about sports and the fun part of that and keep it clean. So if y'all notice, if y'all start saying some political stuff and talking about that, I'm going to delete it, me, myself. So, just keeping that in mind, fellas.
Yep.
All right. Thank y'all, everybody. We'll talk to y'all later. We'll see y'all in our next video. Don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe to all our videos on Facebook, YouTube, and Spotify. We out.
Peace out.